mess. They had been born outside with their litter mates, and they'd been brought into an animal shelter who was taking care of them and bottle feeding them. The other litter mates were doing great, but these two were really not doing well. The shelter separated these two out, and every time they'd go to work with them, there would be vomit in their enclosure, and they were losing weight rapidly. That's why they asked us to take them on and see if there was something we could do to help. They were 7 weeks old, but they were the size of a 3-week-old. They were really, really thin. They were a mess. Their coat quality was really poor. Their faces were gaunt. And Jumbo in particular was so skinny that he didn't even have a fat pad on his belly. You could see the blue of his organs through his belly skin. So we didn't know what was going on. Right away, my goal was just to get some weight on them, so we started trying to feed them absolutely anything they might eat, and that was how I discovered they really loved food. Look at that. Oh, not your paws in it. But again, there was a lot of vomiting going on. So I'm looking at them and going, I feel like I've seen this before. Something's going on, and I feel like I might know what it is. Jumbo seemed to have a lot of the symptoms of Megaesophagus, which is a congenital defect of the esophagus. It makes the esophagus misshapen and large, and it's really hard for them to swallow the food down into their stomach. So the vomit you see is actually regurgitation. He had a lot of these symptoms. He does something I call a bullfrog throat, where his throat actually comes out like a bullfrog. And it kind of had this gurgly sound that comes along with the challenges of Megaesophagus. And we went to a specialist who was able to do a barium swallow x-ray, where we were able to see on a radiograph that in fact Jumbo does have Megaesophagus, just like a kitten I rescued a few months ago, Badger. One of the dangers of Megaesophagus is that if the animal regurgitates, they can aspirate fluid into the lungs and get pneumonia. So when we first got Jumbo in, he had pneumonia because we didn't know he had Megaesophagus, and he was doing a lot of regurgitating and aspirating. With his pneumonia, he had to be on a nebulizer, he had to be on a lot of antibiotics, and he was fortunately able to clear that. And I'm happy to report that he's never had pneumonia since. When a kitten has Megaesophagus, they can't really swallow their food down into their stomach, so they need gravity to do some of the work. If you've watched my videos with my former foster Badger, then you saw how we were able to work with a 3D printing engineer to create a platform that he can stand at so he can eat upright. So we did the same thing for Jumbo, and thanks to my friend Preston, we were able to make Jumbo his very own customized Badger bench. Most importantly, Jumbo had to be held upright after he eats. He has to be wrapped up in a burrito and held for about 15 minutes. Every morning we do his breakfast burrito, and then we do a lunch burrito, and we do a dinner burrito, and he's become really, really good at it. He comes when he's called, he knows his burrito time, and he really actually enjoys being swaddled and held upright. It helps him feel a lot better. We did some other cool things with Jumbo too, like giving him Viagra. Viagra is a vasodilator that's actually been studied in Megaesophagus cases with dogs and has been shown to be effective. So we started that with Jumbo. A lot of people assume that Megaesophagus is very rare, but I think it might be more common than we think. A lot of these kittens just fail to thrive and pass away or are euthanized before being given a chance. These cats and kittens just need a little extra support. In those early conversations with the vets, it was a lot of gloom and doom. Is Jumbo's life going to be one worth living? Can he survive at all? But I would look down at him and he would look back up at me with these big eyes and these big ears and this sweet little look on his face to say, I want to live, I am living, I can do this, you can help me thrive. You know, special needs kittens are worth the work. Jumbo is an incredible kitten who is an individual just as worthy of a full life as any other kitten, just as capable of friendship and joy and curiosity. It's been really incredible to see that as he has the care that he needs, he's able to really grow and blossom and flourish. The better he feels, the more he plays, the more he explores, the more he fights back with his brother. One of the cutest things that I do with Jumbo is when he is in his burrito, I will try to do some adventure time with him. Even though he's wrapped up, he can still enjoy his life. So I will take him on scent tours of the house so he can smell all the different stuff. He loves smelling new things, whether it's soaps or different spices or stuff we have in the fridge. He loves new smells. Cashew truffle brie. Yeah, that's pungent. You wanna smell some herbs? This is sage. Oh, you like it. So Jumbo might be special needs, but Deep Dish is special too, in his own way. Deep Dish is wild, but he has more empathy than any kitten I've ever met. He is constantly by his brother's side. If Jumbo's having a bad day, Deep Dish is there to comfort him. Even on days when Jumbo didn't want to eat, Deep Dish will also not want to eat. They are completely bonded, and Deep Dish is so in tune with Jumbo. I don't know that Jumbo would have been able to survive without him. So it's really important that these boys stay together. They are absolute best friends. Deep Dish is absolutely hilarious. It is impossible to be in a bad mood when you are around Deep Dish. Let me tell you why. One, that dude gets food everywhere. He eats hilariously. Because of Jumbo's condition, they eat a food that's blended up and they have to do everything together. So Deep Dish likes to eat the blended food too, and then it just goes all over his face. Deep Dish is totally wild, he's totally mischievous, he's very brave, and he'll get into anything. He likes to carry big things around in his mouth like pens or giant cat kickers. He can even play fetch like a dog. And Deep Dish is just an absolute joy to be around. Probably my favorite thing about the Pizza Boys, though, is that these two love each other. They are obsessed with each other. They have to do everything together, whether it's eating out of the same dish, going to the bathroom at the same time. Deep Dish even demands to be burritoed with his brother. Like, I'm special too. They love each other, but they also drive each other crazy. They play fight all day long, and then you can find them snuggled up together, spooning or cuddling. I see a lot of bonded kittens, but I have to say these are the most bonded kittens I've ever known. So much so that when I remove Jumbo for his burrito time, Deep Dish will cry out looking for him. And if Jumbo gets separated from his brother, he'll cry out looking for him. Deep Dish is definitely more of a playful and wild guy, and Jumbo's definitely a little bit more of a lap. Anywhere I go, Jumbo's going to sit on top of me or perch on my shoulder. He kind of follows me around like a baby duck. He is like my little shadow. I don't know what I'll do without Jumbo. But of course, goodbye is the goal of fostering. My goal this whole time has been to be able to get them ready to be adopted. These guys were so scrawny when they came in, but with time and care and management, they started to grow and grow and grow. Deep Dish has grown a lot more than his brother. In fact, he's like almost twice his size. Jumbo, for having the name he has, is actually really tiny. He's not even 3 pounds yet. But as these boys started to grow and as Jumbo's condition became stable, I knew my goal is to get them adopted. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to find adopters for special needs kittens. A lot of people get very scared. They don't think they're gonna be able to do it. They think that it's going to be a lot of work. There were times where I was wondering if we would find anybody that was suited for them, because while his condition is totally manageable, it is something that he has to have care for every single day. So that's when I found Lee. Lee is an amazing woman who lives in Florida, and she opened her heart to these boys. We talked for a long time before we finally decided that both of us were ready to say yes. Lee is amazing, but she's all the way on the other side of the country, so these boys are going to have to make a cross-country flight with me to go to their new home. So tomorrow's the big day. I'm going to be packing these boys up and getting them to the airport and going on a 4.5-hour flight to Florida. Where are you guys? Life is not going to be the same without you. Tomorrow's the big day. This has been a long journey, but I think that Dee Dee and Jumbo are showing the world the importance of giving a chance to those special needs kittens and honoring the bonds of feline friendship. In we go. In we go. Bye.
Bye, Jumbo and Dee Dee.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Request to come on bound time, but already comes to service. Any other track? Delivery person! You guys are gonna make me cry. Oh my god, I'm so emotional. Hi! You ready? Release the babies! Look! Look where you are! I'm very proud of you.